Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in. Judy here. If you're interested in fascinating discoveries in the world of science, you've come to the right place. And if you like the contents that I share, please subscribe to this channel. It won't cost you anything. Thank you. Okay, my friends, before we dive into today's topic, please allow me to thank the friends who bought me coffee from my website last week. Thank you so much for your kind support, my friends. Thank you. My friends, if you've known me for quite a while, say a decade or so, you know when I was a college student, I translated several books, and one of them was written by a Mensa member, right? Yes, Mensa is an exclusive group whose members score in the top 2% of the population on an approved intelligence test, which normally means an IQ of 132 or higher. Right, the average IQ of the general population is 100. You know what? Mensa has invited Donald Trump to take the test. Why? Well, you know that Trump has been bragging about his high IQ, right? If you don't recall, here's an example. In 2013, Trump tweeted, quote, "Sorry losers and haters, but my IQ is one of the highest, and you all know it. Please don't feel so stupid or insecure. It's not your fault." Unquote. In fact, he's been bragging about everything that he thinks that could make him look smart or strong. Yeah, I call him the brag king. If you recall, I've talked about it in my previous videos. If you don't remember, or if you're a new friend, please check them out in the description or comments. So, has Trump ever accepted Mensa offer to take the test? Of course not, and you know why. After all, he's just the brag king. If he accepts the invitation and takes their test, he will never be able to brag about his so-called high IQ. Yeah, I believe Trump knows that he doesn't have a high IQ, but he cannot and doesn't want to shut up about it. He wants people to believe that he has a high IQ because there are advantages to being smart. Why? Well, because so many people believe that people do well on standardized IQ tests tend to be more successful in classroom and workplace, and they are less likely to experience negative life events such as bankruptcy. If this is true, Trump absolutely doesn't have a high IQ, since he has filed bankruptcy 6 times before his first presidency. But he wants people to believe that he's smart, so he cannot stop bragging about his high IQ. Clearly, Trump thinks that smart means equates to success, and he doesn't know that IQ is a very narrow and contrived measure of intelligence. It doesn't measure creativity and emotional intelligence. Moreover, I don't think that Trump knows that a new study has found that having a superior IQ is a risk factor for psychological and physiological overexcitabilities. Yes, these results are based on a survey with questions about psychological and physiological disorders that researchers from Pitzer College sent to Mensa members. And they found that more than 26.7% of the Mensa group have been formally diagnosed with a mood disorder, while 20% suffer from anxiety disorder, far higher than the national averages of around 10% for each. Some people joke that Trump is so temperamental just because of his high IQ. Now, of course, it's not the reason that Trump acts like a child. In my opinion, he's temperamental like a kid just because he's got dementia, which I've also talked about in my previous videos. I'll put the links in the description or comment as well. Anyway, the results of this study should be interpreted cautiously because they are correlational, and these cannot really prove that high intelligence is the cause of the disorders, but they might be related, so some further studies are needed. Okay, my friends, in case you don't know me yet, I'm Judy Plus, London, a fan of Jack London. I'm a published writer who writes fiction and non-fiction novels and short stories. You're very welcome to visit my website, judypluslondon.com or Amazon to read my poems and my short stories. The last one, Mr. Rat, Candy the dog, and so on, and my latest non-fiction book, Living with the Walking Dead, a roadmap for achieving your own success. I hope to see you there, and thank you so much for your kind support, and thank you very much for subscribing to my YouTube channels, Judy Plus London and Judy Plus. Judy Plus London is a channel that mainly talks about culture, economics, and dictators and various events and people in human history, while Judy Plus is a channel that talks about interesting discoveries in the world of science. And my friends, if you're interested in knowing the details about this topic, please check out the related articles in the description.